There's something about abandoned ships that really just draws me in. It's mesmerizing to me how something so massive can be frozen in time. I've put together my top list of abandoned ships around the world that if I could I would go to in a heartbeat. Hello, welcome to another video. My name is Ali and you are watching Bigshow TV. We're going to explore 5 abandoned ships around the world that are still above water. This means they're either still floating or are marooned ashore. So if you wanted, you could visit them yourself. Just off the Oregon coast, this 19th century steamship sits idly by as it rusts away. The Hume was a merchant ship, hauling cargo from Oregon to San Francisco in its early years, and even served as a whale hunting vessel in the cold Alaskan waters. After sinking in the ice and 3 new engines later, the Hume was ready to retire in 1977, while trying to maintain and preserve the ship for a museum piece. A malfunction caused her to fall off the sling and into the mud on Gold Beach. A second attempt was made later in 1985 to repair her, but another accident led to her sinking. There were attempted fundraisers to help restore the ship to its former glory, but all fell short. The Hume is now just another abandoned ship at sea. Luckily, it's easy to visit and even recognized on the National Registrar of Historical Places. Right off southwest end of Manitou Island is the rusted remains of the Francisco Morazan. In 1960, the steel-hulled freighter was on a voyage to set sail from Chicago all the way to the Netherlands. Unfortunately, this would prove to be the vessel's last trip. On November 28, 1960, the freighter was pummeled with snowy winds reaching up to 40 miles per hour. The ship fought hard, but not hard enough. The Francisco Morazan eventually ran aground, stranding the captain, his family, and the 14-person crew. Thankfully, rescuers were able to get everyone off board safely. The ship is now explored by divers and boaters alike. You can even catch a ferry from Leland, Michigan that will take you to the South Manitou Island. Homebush Bay is home to a number of abandoned ships at sea, where both the SS Airfield and the SS Mortlake find themselves permanently anchored. The SS Airfield is by far the most impressive of the two, as nature creeped its way on board and turned it into miniature forest. Homebush Bay used to serve as a shipbreaking yard, and these old ships are the remnants. It's a bit odd to see so many ghostly ships perched out in the harbor surrounded by towering condos and shopping malls. The SS Mahino launched 1905 and was one of the most cutting-edge ocean liners of its time. She could hold a little under 900 passengers and was built with a refrigerated cargo hold, smoking room, and all of the latest electric-powered safety equipment. After serving as luxury ocean transport, the Mahino was converted into a hospital ship during World War I. The opulent dining halls and smoking rooms were transformed into hospital wards and operating rooms as it began its journey into battle. After many voyages transporting wounded soldiers to and from the front lines, the Mahino was eventually retired of military service and returned to the owner to get back into commercial business. On July 3, 1935, while being towed to harbor for retirement, the Mahino's tow line snapped loose during a storm. The ship helplessly drifted off into the sea with 8 crew members on board. The crew was helpless, as the propellers on the Mahino had been removed prior to the towing. After 7 days of searching, aircraft pilot Keith Virtue spotted the wrecked ship and its crew off the coast of Fraser Island. The boat has remained wedged in the sand, eroding away ever since. The Captayanis is not only fun to say out loud, it's also a very unique shipwreck itself, and one of my favorite abandoned ships around the world. The vessel was a Greek sugar-carrying ship that would meet an untimely end on a stormy January night. The year was 1974, and the Captayanis was en route to deliver a shipment of sugar to a small town in Scotland. As the Captayanis was anchored offshore, the storm caused the vessel to drag its anchor. This punctured the boat below the waterline. Water started rushing in fast. Having little time, the captain opted to beach the vessel in shallow waters. The captain and crew was eventually rescued, and by dawn the entire ship flipped over on its side. Now, the capsized ship is visible from the coastline and is home to birds as well as other sea animals. That's it for today. Please subscribe our channel and hit the like button.